Bro, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That is exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Big win for us tonight in our third Champions League game of the season. Bayern have been our nemesis in Europe in the last few years. That is the worst kept secret in football, is the fact that Bayern always seem to have a way of not just beating Barcelona, but humiliating Barcelona. Tonight, Wednesday night, was the night, is the night that we rewrote the script, and it is courtesy of Hansi Flick. He was owing us one after that humiliating 8-2 defeat in Lisbon in 2020. Hansi Flick, now in charge of Barca, he has gotten one over his former employers as a Barca manager. We have beat Bayern Munich 4-1 in the Champions League phase. It is our second win in the league phase after the first game defeat against Monaco. We have bounced back just as all coolers around the world would have expected. We have bounced back. We have just crushed Bayern Munich 4-1 at the Montjuïc, not at the Camp Nou. We have crushed Bayern Munich 4-1 at the Montjuïc. Hansi Flick ball is in full swing, guys. Coolers, congratulations to all coolers around the world, guys. It's a night for all of us to savor. It's a night for all of us to be joyful, to be jubilant. It is a party night for all coolers around the world. Congratulations to all coolers around the world, and congratulations to the team, guys. The boys, they were immense tonight, guys. The boys showed balls. What the Spaniards call los cojones. That is what the boys showed tonight. Congratulations to all the boys, and make no mistake about it, the hero for Barca in Wednesday's thumping of Bayern was clearly Raphinha. Man, I think Ronaldinho has come back with a mask. Ronaldinho, if you are wearing a mask, please remove it. We know that's you, bro. We know that is you wearing the mask, bro. Because what the hell is Raphinha doing this season? This guy is a player rejuvenated, bro. This guy is totally rejuvenated in the Hansi Flick system. He has been killing it this season. It doesn't matter the opposition in front of Raphinha. Raphinha has just been going about his business for Barca this season. The captain band, which he has been wearing due to the injuries to Ter Stegen and Araujo. Of course, he handed it over to De Jong after De Jong came on later in the game. But Raphinha has really stepped into the role of a leader in this Barca team. Under Hansi Flick, Raphinha is the embodiment of the manager's philosophy, and it is very clear because it is rubbing off on the other players. So on Wednesday night, it was a hat-trick for Raphinha. It's his second hat-trick of the season after also scoring a hat-trick in La Liga against Valladolid. That has made it 9 goals and 6 assists for the Brazilian this season. I don't care the opinion any other person has. Of course, Vinicius Jr, full respect to the Real Madrid man. He totally deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. But Raphinha is actually the best Brazilian player in all of Europe this season. Well, everyone is entitled to their opinion, but in my honest opinion, Raphinha has been the best Brazilian player in all of Europe and all of the world this season. These performances are immaculate, bro. Last night we saw Vini scoring a hat-trick against Borussia Dortmund. Raphinha has even done the same this night. One Brazilian scoring a hat-trick against a German giant last night, and another returning the favor tonight in Catalonia. Barca have been immense, guys, and we deserve this night that we have had. Coolers, guys, make no mistake about it. We deserve the happiness that we are feeling tonight because the whole world was against us. Let's not make any mistake about it. The whole world has been against us. There have been a lot of detractors, a lot of naysayers. They said that we have been facing easy sides in La Liga. We have not really had a decent test or decent opposition in front of us. Well, I bet they will still argue that Bayern is not a decent opposition because Bayern have been our nemesis in Europe. But tonight, that has not been the case because we have totally crushed Bayern Munich, who have also been in brilliant form this season, just like Barca. But that has not mattered to us at all because we have swept them off the park at the Montjuïc. 4-1 win on the night, our second Champions League phase win following the win against Young Boys, and Barca are flying under Hansi Flick, guys. I am so happy tonight. In fact, I struggle to see a bad performance from any of the players out there on the pitch. The 11 that Hansi Flick lined up with, I struggle to see a poor performance from everybody. It was an all-round brilliant team performance from all of the guys. Kubasi was immense at the back alongside Inigo Martinez. Balde, even though his end product leaves a lot to be desired, he still did a very decent job. And Koundé, my God, what a player Jules Koundé is. He struggled in the first half against Gnabry, but overall he held his own for the most part of the game, and it was an assured performance once again. Moving on to the midfield, man, this boy Marc Casado, guys, this guy is just a gem. What a player, what a midfielder. He is the typical Barca midfielder, and tonight it was no different. He bossed the midfield. He was all over the pitch. He was one of the key reasons why Barca has won the game tonight. And he also contributed with an assist for the third goal just before halftime with a long crossfield ball to Raphinha, and Raphinha did the rest. Raphinha was magical tonight, guys. Speaking in the pre-match press conference ahead of the Bayern game, of course, he joined Hansi Flick for the pre-match press conference, and he was saying, he was reiterating the importance of this week to Barca, because we face Real Madrid just after this Bayern game, and Raphinha was stating the importance of this week for Barca. And he didn't just talk, he also did his talking on the pitch, and this is the character you need from your players, guys. Raphinha is a man reborn under Hansi Flick, and he looks a far cry from the player that we have been criticizing in the past 2 seasons under the guidance of Xavi. Under Hansi Flick, it seems like Raphinha is a different beast altogether. Lewandowski, finally he scored his very first goal against Bayern Munich since he left the club to join Barca. Remember, in the previous group stage where we met home and away, Lewandowski fluffed his lines on a number of occasions. Of course, I think it had something to do with the emotions that he was feeling playing so early against his former employers. Of course, he spent a lot of years in Munich playing for the Bavarians, but this night it wasn't the case, because finally he put one past Manuel Neuer and he scored one for Barca against Bayern. Although he didn't celebrate, which you understand, because he spent a very significant part of his career in the Bavarian Giants, or with the Bavarian Giants. So it is very understandable that he showed respect, and he shows that he still cares for a club that meant a lot to him. But that doesn't matter to us, because he scored the all-important go-ahead goal. And I want to add one thing, because Barca started brilliantly, guys. We scored in the very first minute through Raphinha, and after then it was back against the wall, because it seems like the players still have PTSD from the trashings that Bayern have dished out to us in recent years. So you could see that Barca were on the back foot. It was almost as if we couldn't believe our luck. We couldn't believe the fact that we were ahead so early in the game, and that allowed Bayern back into the game. Bayern were pushing and pushing. It seemed as if Bayern were the only team out on the pitch. It seemed as if they were even the home side, guys. Bayern put us on the back foot, and they almost got an equalizer, although luckily for us, as has been the case so many times this season, the offside trap saved us and the offside call was in our favor. Harry Kane was adjudged to have been offside when he scored his first goal of the night, but we were saved by VAR and the offside call. But that wasn't the case on 18 minutes when Gnabry crossed for Harry Kane to score. And in all fairness to Inaki Pena, he didn't really have much to do tonight. He couldn't really have done much in the incident that led to the Harry Kane goal. So you can forgive him for that. Bayern were very much on top before that equalizer. And after that equalizer, it seemed like the game was only going to head in one direction, that Barca were there for the taking. Now, that is where the influence of a world-class coach like Hansi Flick comes in, because you could see the immediate reaction from the team after Bayern came level. Barca, it seemed as if they suddenly realized that we are actually still in this game. This game is here to be won right here on the pitch, and not with the fear that Bayern have been humiliating us in recent years. And we saw a different version of Barca after then. Barca coming up trumps, getting the second goal, getting the third goal before halftime. At halftime, it was 3-1, and coming into the second half, we scored the fourth goal. Brilliant assist yet again from Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, guys, this kid is just a wonderful player. This kid is a gem. This kid is a generational talent, and Barca fans are lucky. We are really lucky to have Lamine Yamal in our ranks. Well, in my own personal opinion, I feel like he can still improve a lot in terms of his goal scoring. But let's not forget, the guy is still only 17 years old, bro. He still has a lot of room for improvement, and playing at this level, at this age, bro, that's tough, that's freaky, bro. It is an anomaly. You don't see so many 17-year-olds playing at the level that Lamine Yamal is operating for Barca. Tonight, it was another masterclass from Lamine Yamal. When Barca seemed to have their backs against the wall, Lamine Yamal was one of the players that was drawing pressure from the Bayern players, absorbing the pressure, beating his markers, winning fouls for us, and also bringing out the voice from the Montjuïc crowd. He was the one that showed willingness to encourage the crowd, to bring up the noise, to make the noise, and encourage the team on the night. And you cannot overstate the importance of the home support in tonight's victory, guys, because let's not make any mistake about it. The home support were very supportive tonight. Montjuïc has not been like the home that we know as Camp Nou to be, but Barca have been making the Montjuïc a fortress this season. We have won every game at the Montjuïc this season, both in the Champions League and La Liga. And that says a lot, because tonight's win is a statement win, guys. Tonight's win is a statement win. Barca have been winning in La Liga. We also won against Young Boys in the Champions League, but there were always these naysayers that said we can't do it against a decent side. Personally, I also had my doubts that against the quality and pace of the Bayern front line, we were going to struggle with the high line, which was the case in the first half. But in the second half, that was certainly not the case, because the team stepped up a gear in the second half, and we were every inch worth the win on Wednesday night, guys. Also, I have to reserve special praise for Fermin Lopez. The kid, making his first start after his return from injury, he contributed 2 assists. First of all, he assisted the first goal, the opener for Raphinha in the very first minute, and also assisted the go-ahead goal for Lewandowski when it seemed like Bayern were on top. So this is the quality that Barca currently possess within the ranks, guys. The Barca team have always been of the opinion that under Xavi, Barca had more quality and talent than what they were actually showing on the pitch. You always get this feeling that Barca were not actually realizing their potential on the pitch. Well, it seems like the introduction and arrival of Hansi Flick is bringing out the very best out of this Barcelona squad, and long may it continue, guys, because we shall be facing our biggest rivals in La Liga on Saturday night, guys. This week is a big week for us, starting against Sevilla last weekend, continuing tonight against Bayern Munich, and on Saturday we shall be heading to the Santiago Bernabeu to face an informed Real Madrid side. Don't forget, Madrid won convincingly on Tuesday night against Dortmund at the Bernabeu. After trailing by 2 goals, Madrid did what they normally do best by coming back to win 5-2. Vinicius Jr was on fire, and I've been worried about how Barca are going to cope with the pace and quality of Madrid and Bayern's attack. Well, we have passed the Bayern test successfully. Now we have to move on to the Real Madrid test on Saturday in La Liga. And let me reiterate one thing. Madrid are currently on an amazing unbeaten league run of 42 games unbeaten in La Liga. They have the chance to equal the record of 43 unbeaten games in La Liga. And incidentally, that record is held by you know who, obviously FC Barcelona. And the haters would be hoping that Barca would lose that record against Madrid on Saturday. But we also have a role to play, because we can also ensure that we remain the only team in La Liga history to maintain a 43-game unbeaten record by going to the Bernabeu and not just avoiding defeat, but beating Real Madrid actually, which is something that we shall be looking forward to, because on Tuesday they had a gigantic win of their own against another German giant, Borussia Dortmund. And on Wednesday, we return the favor by beating the biggest team in Germany, in Bayern Munich, at the Montjuïc. So it is all set heading into El Clasico on Sunday. Real Madrid versus Barcelona at the Santiago Bernabeu. Barca leading the table by 3 points, 27 points against Real Madrid's 24. And on Sunday, it is all there for the taking because Madrid will be looking for an opportunity not just to extend or to equal the unbeaten record, but to also overhaul Barca's lead at the top of the table. Definitely, I would hopefully be here to bring you all the coverage from that game. But until that time, tonight, it's all about the big win against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Full time at the Montjuïc, Barcelona 4, Bayern Munich 1. And I will see you in the next video. But until then, as always, Visca El Barça. Adios.